We started out with him. So we invite you to stand in body or spirit for our gathering hymn, Just As Long As I Got Breath, number 6. Now that comes out.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am Eric Brown, currently serving as one of the board members of the congregation. All are welcome to join our hybrid worship service of the 4th Unitarian Universalist congregation of Westchester, where everyone is welcome and everyone belongs. A special welcome to those new to our congregation. We're glad you're joining us this morning, and we invite you to stay for our coffee hour after the service, and we hope you'll sign our guest book. We are a liberal and inclusive community where members and friends gather to support each other in their spiritual journeys and to give service to the wider world of which we are a part. If you would like to learn more about our congregation and our faith tradition of Unitarian Universalism, we encourage you to connect with Harold Stillman, Lauren Normay, or Gretchen Grimm from our membership committee after the service. If you're joining us on Zoom today, please put your name and contact information in the chat and someone will reach out to you. You can also visit our website at www.4thuu.org. And with that, we would like to offer a welcome to Cindy and David to come light the candles. She was resistant at first, and yet here she is.
Oh, wow, let's see if it's gonna work for us. All right. Okay, well, my wick is sticking out. Third verse.
Though I may speak our heart's control, our spirits long to be made whole. Let inward love guide every deed as this we worship and are free.
Good morning and welcome. The words for our call to worship this morning are from Andrew Pakula, an atheist Unitarian minister who's served congregations in North London. We arrive together here, travelers on life's journey, seekers of meaning, of love, of healing, of justice, of truth. The journey is long, and joy and woe accompany us at every step. None is born that does not die. None feels pleasure that does not also feel pain. The tear has not yet dried on the cheek, but the lips curve sweetly into a smile. Numerous are our origins, our paths, and our destinations, and yet, happily, our ways have joined together here today. May our joining be a blessing. May it bring comfort to those who are in pain. May it bring hope to those who despair. May it bring peace to those who feel fear. And may it bring wisdom and guidance for our journeys. And though this joining may be for just a moment in time, the moment is all we ever can be certain of. May we embrace this and every instant of our lives. Who would like to light our chalice? Actually, Cindy got to do the candles, so maybe, would you? We have steps over here. Vince? Got it. Our spoken chalice lighting this morning comes from Kathy Huff, former senior minister at First Unitarian Church of Oakland, California. Spirit of life, be present with us this hour. Join us together as we gather in a wider search for truth and purpose. In this quest, may we greet one another with open hearts and minds. May we inspire each other to consider new questions and seek deeper meaning. And may we cultivate wisdom and compassion. Let all who enter this sanctuary see a welcome face, hear a kind word, and find comfort in this community. And may all that is done and said here today be in the service of love and justice. Now please join in our sung chalice lighting. You'll find the words in your order of service.
May this chalice ever be a symbol of our unity, that in this hour we now unite our separate flames to make one light.
Yes, and please join me in reciting our unison affirmation. The words are in your order of service and displayed on the wall behind me. Love is the spirit of this fellowship. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Okay, I'm delighted to introduce our guest speaker this morning, Kat Guthrie, a beloved former member of 4th UU. Kat is a multi-talented singer, songwriter, choir director, actress, yoga teacher, and founder and executive director of the nonprofit Keaton's Kids. Kat has written 2 shows of original songs, A Day in the Life of a Mother and Wife, and 9 Lives, Stories of Love, Loss, and Resilience. And the stories from 9 Lives are the inspiration for her service today.
Thank you, Pam. Our responsive reading is from a book called Permission to Mourn by Tom Zuba. So you'll find it in the handout. Responsive reading number 1. The truth is that most of us want to get back up on the horse. That wild, unpredictable, breathtaking, heart-pounding, invigorating horse called life. Do you? even though you've been knocked off the horse, even though you've been thrown off and stepped on and trampled and bruised and beaten and broken by the fall. And now you haven't a clue how to get back on that horse, your life.
But it's what you want to do. It's what most of us want to do.
And to me, that is the miracle. That is the shift in perception.
That wanting, that yearning, that desire for more of life is the miracle.
I believe that it is life itself whispering at first, I am not done with you.
We have more to experience, more to explore, more to discover, more to create, more to enjoy, more to live together.
You and I together. And now we'll do hymn number 368. I picked all the hymns because I used to come here a lot too. So this is one of my favorites. I'm going to help you guys sing it if you don't mind. Now let us sing number 368.
We can probably get up here because we're going to have to leave them up. So we've got two sides. Or actually you can pick. There's a low part and a high part. Jim and I will sing the low part. And Kat will sing the high part. No, okay. Jim will sing the low part and Kat and I will sing the high part. So we'll do just the low part first.
Now let us sing, 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 sing. Now let us sing, 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 sing. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Now let us sing to the power of the flame within. Now let us sing.
So one more time for the low part. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Now let us sing, 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 sing. Now let us sing, 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 sing. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Now let us sing to the power of the faith within.
Okay, now we got the first is faith. The first is faith. Okay. Second is hope. Okay. Should we first do that? Let's see. We'll do just the top. Just the top part. So yeah, you should sing it as well.
Now let us sing.
Sing to the power of the faith within.
Now let us sing.
Sing to the power of the faith within.
Lift up your voice, be not afraid.
Sing to the power of the faith within. So whoever is ready for your first part, stand on. Yeah, you are. Yeah, stand and come around a little bit. Shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. We're gonna start with faith. We're gonna move to hope and love and joy.
all intentional. All right. All right, now is the time in our service when we share our joys and concerns. If you woke this morning with a heavy sorrow that you need to share with the community to help you carry it, or if you woke with a joy so great that it simply must be shared, now is the time for you to speak. Do you have one? That's a good question. Where's the microphone? Yeah. Bob is going to take around the microphone. You can introduce yourself, you can speak from your seat, and I will light a candle for you. Right. We light a last candle for the joys and sorrows that have not been spoken aloud, but which remain in the silent sanctuaries of our hearts. These joys and griefs we share, spoken and unspoken, weave us together in the fabric of community. We offer these words from Leah Ongiri. Here we are together, each facing our different human task, or maybe the same central one, to embrace the lessons life delivers, to discern and respond as we grow, to refuse harm and cherish flourishing. May we know ourselves as vessels of infinite possibility, holders of each other's heartaches and tales of joy alike, weavers of one story in which we each have a part. We'll now take a moment for silent meditation. This is responsive reading number 2. Can you hear the whisper? Ever so softly at first. Can you feel it?
After the fog begins to lift, after the numbness starts to melt, after the shock gives way to deeper awareness.
In spite of the fact, because of the fact, that someone you love oh so dearly has died, you want to get back on the horse.
You want to live again.
You want to feel the warmth of the sun on your face again.
You want to smell the freshly cut grass in the morning.
You want to feel awe again when you look up at night and see the stars flung across the sky.
You want to feel like you belong here among the living.
You want to feel safe and connected,
You want to believe that there is a purpose to your life.
that you matter, that you can contribute.
You want to love and be loved.
Good morning, beloveds. We've come to this time in our service where we give to the causes that are most important to us, and we are going to collect 2 offering baskets. One is for our congregation, and one is for our community partner, Open Arms for Refugees. Just a moment. The basket with the cloth is for Open Arms, and Gretchen will have that one and pass it. And the one without the cloth is for 4th UU. Thank you so much for giving this morning.
Be the change you want to see in the world. Be the change you want to see in the world. Be the change you want to see in the world. And change will come to you. Be the voice you want to hear in the world. Be the voice you want to hear in the world. Be the voice you want to hear in the world, and change will come to you. Be the light you want to shine in the world. Be the light you want to shine in the world. Be the light you want to shine in the world, and change will come to you. And change will come to you.
So please join me in welcoming Kate Guthrie for her service, turning pain into purpose.
Thank you so much for asking me here today, Pam. It's a pleasure to be here and seeing old faces and a lot of new faces. That's especially exciting. We're talking about turning pain into purpose today. And the only problem with naming something turning pain into purpose is that the first thing you have to talk about is pain. And nobody likes to talk about pain, right? I mean, but we all have it. It could be the pain of a breakup, the loss of a friend or a job or a career, the pain of a diagnosis, the pain of the death of a loved one. For my story, I'm going to go back many years to when I was about 15 years old, too many years ago. Does anyone here remember the TV show Marcus Welby, MD? Just shows how old you are. Our family loved that show because there was always a cure. Marcus Welby fixed everybody. There was a lot of sickness in my family. I was the youngest of 5 girls, but on Marcus Welby, everyone found a cure. One night, my mom and I and my 2 older sisters, Ellen and Jeannie, were watching that show, waiting for the happy ending. Well, on this particular night, the patient in the show had symptoms very much like my sisters, Ellen and Jeannie, were starting to exhibit. My sister Ellen had just been diagnosed with a rare hereditary nervous system disease, kind of like ALS or MS, and we've just realized that Jeannie had it too. They had trouble walking. Ellen was having trouble swallowing. She often choked at the dinner table. I thought while we were watching Marcus Welby, oh good, we're going to find something to cure my sisters. But as the episode went on, it didn't seem like there was going to be the usual positive ending. On this night, it all of a sudden seemed like this patient was not going to get well after all. Now that was odd. But odder still was that right when I made that realization, the lights went out in the house. The TV went blank. And I jumped up, being the helper that I was, and said, "Ma, it must be the fuse, Mom. I'll go down to the basement and fix it." We grabbed candles and walked down to the dark basement, and I walked over to the fuse box, and she came with me, and she put her hand on my arm, and she said, "It's not broken. I turned off the lights. It's not broken." I looked at her face, and it's an image kind of etched in my mind now of her face with all of the shadows of the light from the candle and how grim she looked. And I said, she looked so upset. I said, "Mama, what is it?" She said, "I just can't take it. I can't handle it tonight. Please don't turn the lights back on." So I said, okay, Mama, it'll be okay." And she and I walked up the stairs, and we went into the dark room and sat with my sisters until 10 o'clock when Marcus Welby was over. She slipped out of the room, and the lights mysteriously came back on. And that's how I found out that my sisters were going to die. There was going to be no miracle drug for them. There was going to be no miraculous Marcus Welby happy ending, no cure. My sisters Ellen and Jeannie were 2 of the bravest people I have ever known. Near the end of Ellen's life, she was hospitalized and had to be resuscitated time and time again. My dad insisted on it. And she kept saying to my mom, "I'm not afraid to die. I've seen it. I'm not afraid to die." My sister Jeannie was in some ways even braver. She saw the progress of the disease and how her little sister died. And she said to my mom, "It's okay, Mom. Ellen told me it would be this way." It was incredibly hard watching as they got worse and worse and eventually died. And I did what I felt like I had to do at the time. I shut my heart down. I closed my heart chakra. I felt like I literally built a wall around my heart so no more pain could get in. I couldn't get out or come in. I went to college and went on a roller coaster of looking for love in all the wrong places. And then I spent many years ignoring the pain and acting out until I finally had my son Keaton. And then my heart broke wide open, and I was able to love that amazing little boy with my whole heart. Hopefully, many of you remember Keaton. I can still see him running around the halls of this place. He spent 12 years here, I guess, 13 maybe. It was an amazing place for him. Keaton was a special kid. It seemed like everybody loved Keaton, and Keaton loved everybody, mostly. For those of you who never met him, he was a charming kid who could light up a room with a 1,000-watt smile. He had a great smile. He was voted most loved by all in high school. And at his high school graduation, he insisted on getting pictures taken with all of his friends, but he also wanted a picture taken with the school custodian, because that's the kind of kid he was. He believed in justice for all and liberty for all. Needless to say, I loved him to pieces. And you can imagine how absolutely heartbreaking it was to get the knock on the door in the middle of the night, November 29th, 2018, and learn that he died in a surfing accident in California. His friends had taken him out. He'd never gone surfing in California before. It was just a bad day to surf. It's a pain like no other, losing your only child. He was 25 years old, the same age my sister Ellen was when she died. Oddly, the spirits of my sisters Ellen and Jeannie had come to me once in a breathwork session. It was many years before Keaton died, but I could sense them at my side, holding my hands, and they said to me, "We lived as long as we were meant to live. We did what we were meant to do on this plane. We have let go. You have to let go too." I had an odd conversation with Keaton about 3 months before he died. We were talking about all of his friends, his beautiful friends. I loved them so much. He lost so many beautiful friends to fentanyl poisoning. And I was talking about how some of the mothers seemed like they were moving through and others just seemed devastated. And Keaton looked at me and he said, "Mom, would you be devastated if I died?" And I thought about it and I said, "No, I would not be devastated. I would be heartbroken. I would miss you every single day, but I would not be devastated. Because to me, being devastated means nothing growing there, nothing coming, nothing, no life." But then I got that knock on the door that November 29th, and I looked up to the sky and he said, "Keaton, I lied, I'm devastated." But it wasn't true, because I am not devastated. When Keaton died, I vowed to myself I would not shut my heart down again as I had when my sisters died. I would keep it open and I would feel everything. I would feel all the pain, all the anger, all the heartbreak, all the disappointment, everything. I would feel it all through it and keep my heart open. Just like, I don't know if any of you are yoga people, but it's like there's a God who just rips his heart open to show how much he loves God. So I let myself feel everything, even if I was at Walmart crying over a rack of Peeps because he just loved Peeps. Or at the ocean when I went boogie boarding alone and missed his smiling face. About the first 18 months, I made grief and letting go of grief my job. I did a lot of heliotropic breath work. I did workshops. I joined support groups. I got certified to teach grief yoga. I let myself feel whatever I needed to feel to work grief out of my body, because I knew that grief can get stuck in your body. During this time I was doing this grief work, I asked myself, how can I honor my son's spirit? How can I keep his spirit alive in this world, in this plane? And 18 months after Keaton died, I was doing a Tony Robbins workshop. Anyone ever done a Tony Robbins workshop? Am I the only one who's ever done? Lane, okay. I was supposed to connect with my inner magician. And somehow I heard this voice, and it was clear as day. It said, take underserved kids on outdoor transformative adventures. Start a nonprofit. Name it Keaton's Kids. Help kids get out and do what Keaton was able to do. So later in that time, you know, in some Tony Robbins, you're supposed to walk on fire, but this was during COVID. So I had to break a board. So I made a board, and I broke through to I am empowered and free. Keaton's Kids, just like, that's, and there it was. And so that's what my husband Kevin and I did. We started a nonprofit, and we named it Keaton's Kids. And we didn't want to really reinvent the wheel, so we started calling around and seeing who can we work with. But it was during COVID. So everybody was saying, we're not doing anything, it's COVID. We can't take kids on buses, we can't do anything. And then we called a great guy named Craig Meisner at Cat Rock Ventures, no relation to Guthrie, Cat Rock Ventures. And he said, we want to start a biking program and get kids out of their building during COVID. And we said, yes, let's do it. So we bought a flight of bikes for them, and we started the Cat Rock Biking Academy. And we have just grown and learned so much teaching kids to ride bikes. And Keaton's Kids has expanded way beyond that now. We give away 100 skateboards to 100 kids in Newburgh, New York. We provide buses to get the kids snowboarding on Windham Mountain. We teach kids to swim. We take them hiking. The first real bike ride we did in the Bronx, we ended up on a big hill. And there was a young man, he was struggling to get up there. He was working so hard to get to the top of the hill. It was a crazy hard hill, and he got to the top and he said, I never dreamed I could do something like that. And he beamed with pride. And we've had so many moments like that, like taking a kid up to the top of the mountain at Windham, and she didn't tell me that she'd missed the lesson on making turns. So I was taking her down, and I'm like, okay, honey, just hold on. And I said, okay, do this and do this. And we got to the bottom of the hill somehow. She didn't even fall. And she looked back up and she said, I did it. And those are the moments that tell us that we're doing the right thing. We're in the right place at the right moment. And hard as it was, keeping my heart open through the pain also meant keeping my heart open to love and to joy. Human beings are miraculous. And we can hold the extremes of profound pain and exquisite joy at the same time. That's right, I don't need that. Thank you, Gretchen. At the same time. I really think that Keaton's death and my sister's deaths have transformed me in ways I may never understand. This last April, Keaton's Kids helped sponsor a group that brought 75 kids up to Jay Peak, Vermont with Cat Rock Ventures for an amazing leadership summit with Cat Rock. They learned to snowboard, they planted 200 trees in a conservation project, they had leadership training every night. Every minute was filled with amazing things. And I always like to tell the kids how Keaton's Kids got started, because it's a lesson in turning pain into purpose and taking a tragedy and make it into a treasure. And I gave them all a little talk about that. And the next morning, a young man came up to me and he said, you said something last night. It really got to me. It was about pain. I said, turning pain into purpose. And he said, yeah, that's it. He said, that can be any pain, right? And I said, yes, because we all have pain, don't we? And he said, yes. You know what? He said, I'm going to think about that. And I hope you think about it too. When we started Keaton's Kids, we had the vision of helping 100 kids a year for 10 years. That's 1,000 kids. We've already reached that goal. We've tripled that number, actually. I no longer have an only child that I'm mother to, on this plane at least. But I'm a mother figure to hundreds and hundreds of children. And that is amazing. We all have a choice, so say yes to life and get back on that horse. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is usually when we have our congregation response, but we're going to instead first have a song.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I need some help. So we're gonna sing. I also direct the choir. So we are all gonna sing. This is a song in 3 parts. This is a song called It's All About Love. I'm just gonna say one more thing, because I was and am a yoga teacher. In yoga, the heart chakra, the anahata chakra, is the word anahata means unstruck sound. It means no matter what happens to us, no matter what hardship, what pain, what abuse, what tragedy happens to us, we still have this place this place of undivided love, of unconditional love. And it never gets damaged. It's unstruck, it's undamaged, it's whole. There is a place within us. So no matter what has happened to you, we all have this place that is alive and unstruck and undamaged and whole. And what we're going to sing about right now is called It's All About Love, because that's what it is. So let's see, how is here? 3 parts. Okay, so here's 1, and here's 2. I'll make you guys do the hard part. This is the 3rd part. It's the hardest. And Jim's gonna do that. It's, what's that? You have 2. Oh, you're doing hum. Okay. It's, yeah, that's a B flat. It's all about love. It's all about love. It's all about love. It's all about. That's the first part. It's all about love. It's all about love. It's all about love. It's all about love. Second part. It's all about love. 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 It's all about love now. It's all about love. It's all about love now. It's all about love. It's all about love now. It's all about love. It's all about love now. Hey, now, hey, now. It's all about love now. It's all about love. It's all about love now. Hey, now, hey, now. It's all about love now. Hey, now, hey, now. It's all about love now. Hey, now, it's all about love. It's all about love. It's
We could, all right. So this is a time when we can have congregation feedback for Kat, questions. If you want. It's a choice to, oh, that's right, microphone, yes. Robert, thank you.
I'm gonna leave. I'm going to leave.
Good morning. My name is Pam Zika, and I've been fortunate and blessed to work with Kat and Kevin with New Era Creative Space at their house, teaching swimming and hiking. Yeah. I think now for 3 summers, right? I think it's been
Yes.
3 summers. Middle school age kids. So it's been fun, challenging, and more fun than challenging. Thank you.
Anybody have any questions about pain? We can really delve into it here if you want.
This isn't really, it's not, well, it's about it all, right? Pain and pleasure. So I met Kat, long before Keaton died, and when you have a friend who experiences something that's so painful, you want to do something, but you don't know what to do, and there's really not much you can do. And just coincidentally, at the time, I do singing stuff, and I was teaching a workshop at Kripalu, which some of you might know where that is. And so I said, Kat, my heart is broken for you, but do you want to come and be my assistant? And then you can take yoga, which, I know she loved that, and do as much as you want. And so I've been sort of on this journey with her, and so to hear this talk today, and kind of get filled in on a lot of other different parts that I didn't know about is so moving to me and so inspirational. And I just wanted to say, I hope you all are as inspired as I am.
Thank you.
To see this recovery and what, she's really turned this challenge into gold. And we can all do that if we feel like we can step up. So thank you, Kat.
Just break a board.
That's right. Do it.
I was very moved, Kat. As I told you, I lost my son this year. But I wanted to know, I don't know if there's any way I could possibly get involved, even in some little way, with your organization.
I'm sure there is.
Okay, I'll give you a call.
Okay. And of course, we always take donations.
What's next? What's on your calendar right now?
What's January? We've got bike riders. We're teaching 4th and 5th graders to ride in the rocks. And on this Friday, we take the 5th graders to Van Cortlandt Park, where they have a little bit more room. We teach them in this tiny little space at PS 159. It's not any bigger than this room, and we're trying to teach kids to ride. It's hard. But somehow they do it. They're perseverant, and they do it. But on this Friday, we get to take them to Van Cortlandt, where they have a bigger space. And then the kids who've actually learned, they get to go out on a trail and go around. And I like to stay with the kids who haven't learned yet. It's a little hard on the back, pushing, especially the bigger kids are the ones who usually can't get it quite as easily, so it's like, oh my God, it kills you. But it's really, it's exciting. I was with a girl named Catherine this week, and I had taught her to ride in the spring, and she came back and she just gave me a hug and said, thank you for teaching me to ride. It was, yeah.
How does a child get into your program?
We work with other programs, so we don't, except for, we work with New Era Creative Space, we work with the Shred Foundation, the Chill Foundation, so they have to be in those foundations, and then we partner with them. Yeah, because we're in Garrison, and it's a limited number of underserved kids in Garrison, although I think they're there, and we're trying to find them.
Thank you.
Eric?
Hi, thanks for sharing this. It's really interesting to hear about. The question I had was, you talked about losing your sisters in that way, which is horrible. And then the moments where you were closed off and sort of spinning. And I'm sure that you run into kids who are in that space as well. And I was wondering if you talk to them, or if you've sort of looked back and talked about what are the moments that sort of kept you from fully going all the way down, and sort of those moments that pointed towards a path of reconciliation, and whether you see that sort of behavior in the kids that you work with.
Well, I think we use physical activity to help kids through emotional problems. One of the reasons why we give away skateboards is because Keaton was a huge skateboarder. He also had ADHD, and he had trouble in school. When he was having trouble in school, he'd just go out and work on his board and go back and forth. And I knew that that gave him the resilience to help in school. So I think my job is to help bolstering kids' physical abilities, so that when a kid learns to ride, especially there was a girl this week who said, I'm not going to learn to do this. And I said, don't say that, let's reframe it. And said, I'm going to work on that hard today. And she ended up writing. And I guess that's how we do it. We don't get much time to talk. We're usually doing. Does that answer your question? Yeah. Kevin, do you have any questions? All right, Lane.
Hello, Lane. So thank you for sharing your story. And I just brings me to mind of something that's said in some different circles that I've been in about one's mess being one's ministry.
Yes.
Right? That
Yes.
whatever it is that you live through, if you close yourself off, you're losing an opportunity to be reborn and to actually give hope and life to people who are struggling through some of the same things perhaps that you lived through.
Yeah.
So thank you for being that example and for making that a reality.
Thank you. I can't tell you how many people come up to me and say, oh, you lost a child? Oh, my sister lost a child, my mother, my cousin, my aunt, whatever it was. They were devastated, and one killed himself, one did, or they drank themselves. It's just like, yeah, we have a choice. We do have a choice. We can make the mess better. Anybody else? Thank you.
Responsive reading.
Oh, last reading, okay.
Next to last.
Next to last.
It was a very long quote.
It was a very long, yeah, I took this quote from Permission to Mourn. And it's a great book for those of you who may be in that situation. Let's see where 3 is. Hello.
Sorry, I put it on Do Not Disturb. Maybe that is Permission to Mourn.
Permission to Mourn by Tom Zuba. It's on your sheet there. Where is number 3 here?
Page 6.
On the back of the form.
It should be page 6.
Page 6.
Oh, is there another? Oh, there it is. Okay, got it.
Lots of.
Page 6, okay. All right, so this is what we've been talking about. The truth is that you have 2 voices in your head, and it feels like these 2 voices do battle every day.
One voice tells you that you'll be okay, that you'll be happy again, that life will feel good again.
That you can do this, that you have the courage, the strength, the knowledge, the wisdom, the grace to live again.
Or for the first time.
And the other voice says, no, it's too scary out there.
You will be hurt again, you will not recover.
It is not possible. The sorrow is too deep. The loss is too great.
You are doomed to a life of pain, of sadness, of suffering, of isolation, of desperation.
You get to decide which voice you listen to. You get to decide which voice you make room for.
Which one you feed and nourish and pay attention to.
And encourage to grow stronger and louder and more influential.
You get to decide which voice you say yes to.
Not just once.
But over and over and over again.
Now please join me in reading together our chalice extinguishing words in your order of service. I extinguish, okay.
You can get the up behind us. There you go. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of love, fellowship, and truth. May we hold it in our hearts until we are together again. And you get responsive reading 4. It just goes on and on.
So this is responsive reading number 4. This is the final responsive reading and then our sung benediction. You were born to be radiant, and so was I.
not in spite of the fact that someone you love has died, but because of the fact that someone you love has died.
Say yes, say yes, say yes.
Say yes to life, say yes to love.
Say yes to you.